Get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me, it's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, along with my co-hostess over there. I guess she won't. I don't know if she was. I thought you were meditating. My co-host, the Little Diva. And tonight, we are not alone, so she ain't got to look at me by herself. I have my bearded brother. I'm talking about the man with the Louisiana roots and the Dallas boots. He is here tonight. He is the man on a mission, the man with a vision. He is the man who's doing what others only dream of. He is bridging the gap. And that is why we're here tonight. We are here tonight to get. Now, let me tell y'all, he ain't no stranger to the show. He family. I was actually thinking about it. I'm going to shut up here in a minute, but I got to get all this out real quick. I was thinking that, when I was by myself, before I had my lovely, wonderful co-host, when I was struggling back in the day, I was struggling to make it. You were one of my first guests that I had. You were one of my first original guests, years ago, a couple of years, 3 years. I don't even know how long ago it was.
But I think it was 3. 3
years ago. And man, I thank you for your support. I thank you for continuing to come back and share with us.
It's easy to walk with a brother.
So look here. I'm gonna shut my old triple travel, and she won't. Wait a minute. Hold on. She's meditating again.
So let me tell y'all a story. Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Real Conversation with a Twist of Humor. So one thing about me, this is actually on a serious note. One thing about me, out of anything else I do at work, I want my people to get paid. So y'all have to just bear with me while I'm looking over a few minutes because somebody called me. And that's serious when they call you on your cell phone to say they missing some hours. So bear with me for a few seconds while I'm doing this. I can multitask. I'm a woman. That's what we do. We multitask. What? No.
Is your name at the bottom of that check?
It is not. But I want my people to get paid. So I need to make sure her check has money.
I tell them it is. You call the wrong one. I ain't sorry.
Because I'm gonna tell you, one thing about me, I don't believe in working when I'm off. But when it comes to somebody's check and their money and how they feed their family, I gotta stop it. Make it work.
Hey, let me tell you something. If one of my people call me and tell me there's a problem with their check, I'm gonna give them the GPS location of the man that signed it.
But I'm the one that have to approve it, so it's me. It's on me.
Yeah, where you go find them at right here. They probably having dinner with their family.
Hush. And let's get on to y'all know that this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. But it's also, I want y'all to keep in mind that it is also, we can't find nobody to talk to us about that, but Dementia Awareness Month as well. Yeah. May holds a lot of things going on, but mental health awareness is really important to my family because it runs through our family up, down, sideways, and everything. So I do suffer with depression, anxiety. My sister has anxiety. My daughter has anxiety. This whole family, we found out my grandfather when he passed that he has had anxiety and depression as well. But so it's really near and dear to my heart. But I love the fact that people are talking about it more. Yeah. The stigma is rolling out, especially men, are beginning to talk more about it. And it's just, it just makes me smile to know, because that's the only way that we can fix this thing is by talking about it, speaking on it, letting people know, hey, me too. Yeah, conversations. So Mr. Patrick LeBlanc is here today, and we got to participate in one of his fabulous event, his first annual event last year. Go ahead and talk to us about what you got.
Well, first of all, let me say, Donnie, like I said earlier, brother, grew up together, played in the mud together. I mean, just a true brother. And when I met,
like fair in the mud.
Yeah. And when I met the little diva last September, I'm telling you guys, we was at a walk, we was outside, and she was strutting around that place like she owned Dallas, although she in Houston. But I'm just happy that now that I know her, she knows me. But yeah, Bridging the Gap Foundation, it is, I'm telling you, God is doing stuff that we just never imagined. Started actually at the conversation we was having in 2019, got our nonprofit number March 13th, 2020, the day the nation shut down. And they may have shut down the nation, but God had his eye on us. And since that time, we have just been moving. We had our first client 2021. What we do is, if there's a person out there underserved, overlooked, underinsured, and you want to go to therapy, but finances is a barrier, we bridge that financial gap, and we will pay for you to have 10 sessions with a culturally competent therapist. We had our first client in 2022, and we was able to have him with one therapist. God just kept blessing that thing. Come around last year, we had 18 therapists working with us. We had 78 clients, and we funded 403 sessions by the end of 2023. And here we are now, May 20th, and we've already funded 301 sessions today. So it lets us know that the need is there. People are reaching out, as Trina was saying. More people are talking about it, having conversations. Because guys, until we change the way we think culturally about mental health, Black folks don't do therapy, but until we change the way we think, we won't change health-seeking behaviors. So it's happening, and we're just trying to be there so we can bridge the gap to get people into access to care.
Wow. I really had a good time. I'm glad we came last year. When is your walk this year?
It's September 21st, same place, and I'm looking at two people that I need to meet.
I'm going to say, are we doing a road trip again, country boy? That was a nice road trip.
Hey, I did good on the walk.
And this time, Trina, we need to get there a little early because we want y'all broadcasting from that's what he told me when y'all left Montgomery County. That's what he told me. Now, what happened up 45, I don't know, but the plan was for the show to be broadcast from the location. But guys, this year we had 103 walkers last year, first time.
Wow.
Yeah, so man, we're looking for we're targeting 400. We want at least 400 people there to really just bridge the gap to let the people of Dallas know that it's mental health on both sides of the river. Zip code doesn't matter. Race, ethnicity doesn't matter. People are suffering. Let's get them some help.
Man, I love it. I love it. Hey, there's something else that you do. It's the men's thing that you do. What is it? Once a month?
Yeah, we have. It's amazing. That's why, because when Lil Diva mentioned that, it is a courageous conversation with men. It's the second Saturday of every month, 8:30 a.m. And we kind of have that barbershop type atmosphere. Man, we talk about we put it out there. We talk about masculinity. What does this thing man up? What does that mean? We talk about trust, anxiety. We talk about the church and the church's view and how the church has hurt some people and causing mental health, trauma, death, grief, trust. We had a brother man on there a couple months ago. He had some mental health issues. He want to talk to this person that he loved, but he afraid that he just can't talk to, can't talk. And we're like, man, who is this person that you want to talk to? He said, man, I can't trust my wife. Because he figured, he disclosed all this, and she get with her sisters and she'll talk, and then they're at the family reunion, or she go to the beauty shop and she's talking about it. Now people looking at him sideways. Yeah, so it's just a safe, non-judgmental space where, we always have a clinician. It's a psychiatrist and the therapist always there.
Cool.
Yeah, they are always present just to make sure if we need to talk to somebody on that clinical level, we got people that can do that. But we've been doing it since we started. That's really what we did because, COVID shut everything down. And since 2020, we've had at least, over 200 men to be there. So yeah, it's every second Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Courageous Conversation with Men. Let's talk, man.
Man, that is super. Let me just ask. So what? And I got my old shovel. I got my country shovel.
You fine.
So,
If nobody
so
understands you, I do. Go ahead.
what is it? What is it that brought you to the point of wanting to be able to one say, "Hey, I want to help others." This is a real situation that's going on. A lot of people be like, some people do it for fame and fortune. Some people do it for. But what was your reason for getting
Man,
into this?
it was really out doing the self-examination of myself. Trina was talking about, man, there are just so many barriers, especially to Black men. And I felt victim to that. I did. Y'all, what you were saying, when I left Grambling, I thought I was this, I was that, I was Mr. This, Mr. People from Grambling know who I am. And I was going through some rough times out here in Dallas, got out here away from home, and I got depressed, almost to the point, man, where I was suicidal, man. My grandmother had passed away, and for whatever reason, when they were giving away stuff, man, they gave me her 38 caliber pistol.
Oh wow!
And 4 months later, I'm sitting in my backyard, my back up against that cedar fence, and I got that gun in my hand. But I was there. But I can't let people. I'm Patrick LeBlanc, Donnie Lewis. I can't let people. I got all these degrees on this wall. How I'm gonna let people know I got some issues? But then you wake up in Baylor, and they putting nitroglycerin on your tongue because that bottom number on your blood pressure is 195. Because you trying to do this thing by yourself. I was suffering in silence, man. And so those realizing that the things that was holding me back are probably holding some other brothers back. I said, you know what? Let me be this voice. Right. I started seeing a therapist. I see a therapist every 2 weeks. Proud to say that. I developed some positive self-care things that I just know that when I'm feeling that way, I can, if it's between me meeting her, I need to do this, I need to do that. Some positive, start giving God glory. No matter how bad it is, no matter how good it is, God, thank you. Because you ordained this in my life at this particular time. And man, so I just wanted people to know that in spite of all these degrees on the wall, I'm a man just like they are. And I suffer. But you don't have to do it in silence. You're not alone. It's okay not to be okay, and self-care is not selfish. Take care of you, man. Donnie, you were saying, man, a lot of people know me. Let me ask Patrick. Let me Patrick this. My family was depending on me. I'm my children. But here's the thing: I got to ask you two people because I've gone to love you both. You're the person, like Trina was trying to deal with that problem. You're the person that everybody comes to for help. Here's my question. Where does the help go when the help needs help?
There you go. Hey, man. And that is
so true.
That is the question. And what I have seen so many people. Look, people, then what I say, let me take it to church. Let me take it to church real quick. Some people say the Lord won't put no more on you than you can bear. I believe that. But I also believe the fact that he don't put no more on us, but we go around picking up other luggage that ain't even ours.
You got it, brother.
Then we be hollering, well, Lord, I'm supposed to be. Let me tell you, this is what I know for me. And listening to you, the same thing, and my co-host. If you don't take care of you, if you don't take care of you, if you trying to take care, man, my co-host says it so much and we talk about it so much. If you are steady feeding everybody, but nothing and no one is pouring into you.
Exactly.
Ooh, man.
A therapist once told me, because I did that for a long. I sit back sometimes. I'm just so proud of myself, just in life in general. When it comes to, sometimes you have to separate yourself from things. people, places, and things, And I'll say that the therapist asked me one time, because I used to make sure, and I won't say the names of these people, how they fall into my life, but there are people I had to keep up with court dates. I had to keep up with when things had to be done for them. Or did they have, like, and this is not just one person, it's lot, and I'm the oldest child. So all of that's it's a pressure, and then you're expected to be the wonderful child, and you have these high expectations for you, and it was driving me cool loops. And I was telling the therapist, and she said to me, "Who put you in charge of all these people? Who put you in charge of it? Why do you think that you're supposed to be everything to all these people? Who are they to you?" And of course, at that time, I still didn't pay no attention. It was
Right.
years ago that I started saying, no, I can't do that, or no, I can't do that. You have to go halfway with me, or and I love talking to people. I love listening. But I do know now that I don't have to be the one that does everything for everybody. I just don't have to. And I can say and feel pretty good. My daughter was just talking about that earlier. And feel pretty good about saying no.
No.
Sometimes it's just and I can say no now, and it feels great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about my grandmother, bless her heart. She lived to be 91 years old. She went, I think, eighth grade. She used to tell me, Patrick, God been God a long time. He don't need no help. Don't need no help. Trina, stay in your lane. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to be. Stop. The word says cast your cares on him, not on Trina. Cast your cares on him. And so and I think that's a big thing. And that was one of my. I hate to tell people no because I hate to be told no. So I'm always trying to be that helper, that fixer.
Yeah.
Give me a couple days. I'm gonna try to. I'll work it out, or I'll figure it out. And that
sounds like me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just stacking up, Trina. It's just stacking up. It's just stacking up. And I don't care how big your shoulders are, sooner or later
they can't hold. Yeah, it comes tumbling down. And I told a student of mine one time. She came in and she was so young. I don't know why she was married, but anyway, she was married, had things going on, and I was telling her about if you have a plate in your hand and you want to be even, it's not going to be even. It's going to be all over because you got so much on this side of the plate. So you need to even it out and knock some of that stuff off of that plate. Now, mind you, I was still around here solving everybody's problems, but I'm able to other people, But what I say that too, when you said that about you made a statement that caught me. Not want to disappoint people. I or tell people no. I took is a strengths quest. I think it's strengths quest, a personality test.
Yeah.
And I am a woo, and a woo is a winning others over. Okay. And I win others over.
Yeah.
Because I say
yes
to everything. And I learned that when I finally started saying no to people, you know how many people I lost? When I started, then Trina have an attitude, Trina this, Trina that, just because, but I was wonderful and everybody loved me.
Now you bougie. Now you uppity.
Yeah. I'll do it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. But when I finally started saying that magic word, them two letters.
You bougie, you uppity. You think you're better than me. You think you're better than me.
She's dumbtiming me.
Yeah.
Anytime that you may lose people, but you gain yourself.
You gain yourself. I agree.
That's yourself. That's wisdom right there, man. That's wisdom. And like I said earlier, girl, self-care is not selfish. It's not.
That's true.
That is so true. That and that's where it starts. In order to be selfless, you have to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself. That's that thing. And for us, for them, look, I'm gonna say for them men out there, because look here, old country boy, I'm at that point. I don't care about none of y'all. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Oh my God! Did he say that out
loud? All that there. Yeah. But we have this thing that somebody has put in our mind, and that we have to do this, and we have to go, and we have to go, and we have to continue to go. We got to running on empty, tank just dry. but we still going. We still going. We still trying to take care of everybody and every single thing. And you know, I was at work today and I was sitting up there and I look at their faces sometimes and I just had to shake my head and laugh at them. I think they're about crazy as I'll get out. And I tell them I think they're about crazy as I'll get out. And my supervisor came up to me and he wanted to have a conversation. Well, what do you think? There's a door opener right there. You didn't ask me the question, what I think. I say, what I think is this. Is the simple fact that you carrying all this stuff and you walk around here, see, but they know they can't be frowned up when they come around me. They already know you do whatever they leave it over there. Yeah. I say you walk around here and you want to do everything and you try to do all of this. And the reason is because you don't trust anybody else enough to do it.
That's true too.
You don't trust, but you have, that's us in our lives. We are surrounded by people. We don't even trust them enough to be like, look, can you take care of this? Because we got a steady watch over you. Well, right. Look at him. Baby, if I give you that, you go on and do it. If it don't get done, just don't get done. It ain't gonna get done. The country boy ain't finna be worried about it. I'm telling you, that's how I am.
Well, man, it's amazing that you say that because I'm learning to let go of more stuff with the foundation. I mean, like I said, we made 4 years old March 13th, and it's
your baby.
Yeah, Donnie and I can relate, but I know, little Diva, you can understand being a mother when you have that infant.
Yeah,
and you're just concerned and you're real picky about who you gonna let close, who gonna hold your infant, who gonna do this with that child. Mm-hmm. But but as they start maturing and get a little bit older, we kind of step further and further back. And so I thought about when you were saying that, Donnie, because I was like, you know what, it's some things now that I gotta let go. And even when it comes to me and my vertical relationship with God, because I'm thinking that I'm the reason that a lot of this stuff is happening, and He's constantly showing me that now you ain't, yeah. You just a tool in my hand, and I'm the one that's making it happen. So
that's it.
Yeah, we got to be mindful of that.
I have to remember that, remind myself things too. How you start planning and making something like it's something that I'm trying to give, I have to remember, wait a minute, you got to ask Him, is this the direction you're supposed to be going? And He wants you, is this where you're supposed to be going? Because you start doing stuff and having these ideas, you start putting them together and you forget that one thing. And I actually stop in my tracks sometimes. I'd be like this thing that I'm trying to host. I said, wait a minute, I got to make sure I ask, is that where I'm supposed to go? Is that where you want me to go?
Don't do it without Him. Don't do
it. Let me put my country spin on that thing right
All
now. Right. A lot of people say that right there. Let me ask, but then they be like, "Well, I don't like the answer, so I'm gonna go on and do it this way."
Or we're gonna go ahead and start because he didn't answer like I thought he was supposed to answer, so I'm gonna keep asking him until he answers like I say he's supposed to answer.
Can you change that thing around to be like this? Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
We mad about that one. We mad about that one.
Man. I know. If you can't say amen, say ouch.
Hey, but that's that thing. We ask the Lord, God, Father, guide me. But see, here's the thing people forget. When you ask God to guide you, you got to surrender and follow.
Right. Yeah. And look, I don't think the following part is hard, but it's the surrendering. Yes. I think we can follow, but you talking about surrender? I got a dictionary, man. I don't like what that word means. A lot of people
almost like surrender, submit.
Yeah,
those words.
Yeah,
they don't do well. I don't do well with them.
Okay.
It's been this big debate that goes on all the time about women needing to submit
Submit.
themselves. This becomes a big debate, but with us.
And you on the other side of that, I'm sure.
Ask Donnie. Look how Donnie over there looking.
Let's have devotion, Deacon. Let's have devotion.
He's like put his hands on my head, like.
Boy, look at him. Hey, Pat, this is good. Some people lay hands. You just have to push down.
Oh my goodness!
I can't.
You wanted them done.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm working on it. I'm in the journey.
He ain't through with you yet. He ain't through.
Yeah. And sometimes, Pat, it's almost like he ain't even started.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
He ain't started on that round. He ain't started on that round right there. We ain't there yet. We on some other. We trying to get some other challenges first. He said, "I'm gonna go and let her make it right now."
Right now, yeah.
She on her journey, but we haven't met that part yet. The train ain't got to that stop.
Man, look, tell me more about your. Wait a minute. Tell me about the gala.
Oh man, now you know what?
Wait a minute, she done opened her mouth.
That's where y'all need. That's where y'all need to be. I mean, I know
Look, you heard her gala.
It might be a stretch to do, but if I had to pick, I would want y'all at the gala, Mardi Gras Masquerade Gala. Louisiana boy, my family from South Louisiana, love Mardi Gras, and people, when you know the history behind Mardi Gras, people will wear a mask so that they could disguise their identity to get into places that otherwise they wouldn't been able to get to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the reason why we doing a Mardi Gras Masquerade Gala is because we want to unmask the stigma of mental health. Because a lot of us are wearing masks. We're camouflaging. And again, back to Donnie's question earlier, that's what I was doing, Trina.
Masking.
I had a mask on, wanting people to see this Patrick LeBlanc, but under that mask, you're talking about a troubled, depressed, suicidal person. And so every year, the Friday before Fat Tuesday, we have, because Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday, we have a Mardi Gras Masquerade Gala. And this year is going to be our fourth one. It's our major fundraiser. And guys, it has been phenomenal. It has grown. Last year, we had 230 people there. It's at the Arch District. It's in a mansion downtown Dallas. People get up, mask. It's just phenomenal, man. We have just, it's been our major fundraiser. And so this year is going to be next year, I'm sorry. It's going to be February the 28th, 2025. And I'll make sure you guys have both. But like I said, if the two, I would really prefer y'all to be at the gala as opposed to the walk. The gala is just it, man. It gets us started. It's February 28th, 2025. It's always the Friday before Fat Tuesday. Oh. And so we try to unmask the stigma. And I'm telling you, people come with them, and it's a Mardi Gras feel. This year we're gonna have a second line where we're gonna, do what you want to do what you want. We're gonna be doing all. Yeah, it's. I mean,
y'all doing that in Dallas?
Yes, ma'am, in Dallas, downtown Dallas. Yeah, and the thing about it is, it has become the go-to mental health thing in Dallas. Just after 3 years, it really has, man. And we got people from all walks of life. Politicians have been there. County commissioners are there. Elected officials, mayors, therapists. We always have a client that we have there that we can showcase for them to give a testimony of what we've done, what the foundation has done for them. I'm telling you, man, it's a moving experience.
Wow, that is amazing.
That sounds really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, unmasking the stigma of mental health. Yeah. So
that's a good one. I mean, because February, that should be a good time.
Yeah,
put on the calendar.
I would love for you guys to do
like that. It's for me to put on the
I'm
calendar.
just looking. I ain't even saying nothing.
That's the point. When you look and don't say nothing, I mean you thinking something.
Patrick.
Man,
Yeah.
You know I'm your work wife, so you know I
man,
know.
listen. When I got married, my daddy said, "There's two things you need to remember, son. Yes, ma'am, and uh-huh." So that's my advice in the studio, Donnie. That's my advice to you in the studio.
Oh. Hi, Miss Julie. Just want to say hi. See you out there. Thank you for watching us always, Miss Julie.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man, well, I love what you are doing. I love it so very much. I applaud you from Pam. I know that it has not been easy. I'm sure that there's been some challenges.
Yes.
But you persevered and pressing on and pressing on. That's the thing. I have this, and I'll ask you at the end of the show, but this thing is that thing that's inside of you. And a lot of people don't understand that, having that purpose, having that drive. Nothing. And you talked about what you went through.
Yeah.
Keyword through. That's when I say anybody, everybody tell me where they've been, where you've been, what you went through. You're on the other side of that.
Right.
And here's what I know about going through anything. It wasn't for us. It wasn't for us. It was to show, for God to use us. Again, that thing, we just a vessel for him to use us. Because wherever we are, somebody's watching.
Yeah.
Wherever we are, we have that opportunity to uplift somebody else, to encourage somebody else, to pour in wherever we came from. Yeah. Lord knows, wherever we came from, baby, there's still somebody there.
Man, it goes back to, you and just the history we have, because you, and that's one reason why I like being with you, because you have intimate knowledge of where of the humble, and that's a nice word for where we came from.
Yes.
And what for people to know those dirt roads and pine trees, and that was the foundation to where we are right now. It is really just a testament to where God has always had his hand on us. And going back to them days, Dinah, we had people around us that was going to make sure they poured into us those qualities that was going to make us persevere and make us just, not give up. I can hear Eddie Robinson today saying, "Hell, baby, we grambling." And and just him saying that was enough to motivate us to play on. And I do stuff here at Duncanville. I was the chaplain for the Duncanville football team for 7 years. And Donnie, I'm in there in the dressing room with these high school kids, and I'm thinking about that hole that we dressed in under the band room.
Yes.
And but what that was doing, that was chiseling us and making us the men that we are today. And at the time, man, we didn't know we were poor. We didn't know we were less than.
Shoot. I hear that all the time from people.
No, we look. It didn't come up. It wasn't a factor. But when we buckled up them chin straps, they was gonna know.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just I think about all those people, Mr. Young, Miss Hayes, Miss Cummins, Mr. Reynolds. I just think about how they just constantly poured into us to make us who we are today. So man, like I said, you were there just like while I was there.
And I will tell you this. I'm gonna take you back one. I think I was probably freshman, and I was getting ready, picking class and everything, and the class I picked, I was like, man, PE. For me, everybody know PE. That's when you go out and play, and that's free time. That's another free period.
Yeah.
Well, old country boy ended up with Thelma Williams.
Thelma, oh no. Oh no.
Was
Oh
she
no.
tough?
Oh, Trina. She's
She
98
was
years old. She's 98 years old and still kicking.
She's still alive.
She's still kicking.
Wow.
Look, if
Ask me who she was.
you didn't know the Negro National Anthem, you couldn't graduate. You couldn't get out of class. You couldn't get out of class.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Hey,
Go ahead, Donnie.
I was just gonna say, look here, I took Miss Williams class for PE. I ain't seen a ball yet.
You know, though, we say that when we laugh and get tickled about teachers like that. Now, I'm not excusing these bosses that we have that are micromanaging.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about teachers that was helping raise us and how we can't. They can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? They like literally, legally can't do those things anymore.
And that's a huge problem because
it's a problem.
I can remember clearly. I called myself gonna get mad at Coach Cowan, and Donnie knew who that was. He coached track, he coached baseball, he coached football. And one time I called myself gonna get mad at him, and we were running some drill in PE, and I just going through the motions, and I can hear him say clearly, he said, "This is the last time you come in last. You are not a last place person." I think about that I'm a winner whether people know I'm a winner. And these teachers just did that. And
instilled in that.
Yeah, and Donnie knew he had this thing called Black Beauty. And Trina, if he told you to touch your toes, you better get ready. You better get ready.
Oh, Black Beauty was to get popped.
About that thick. About that. It had a handle on both ends.
Here I am thinking Black Beauty was something about.
No.
Wow.
It was a piece of wood. And if he pulled it out once, he wouldn't have to pull it out no more. Nobody else wouldn't go. Yeah. But it was
one example.
It was that kind of stuff that, the discipline, and, he lived down the street from me. And so him and my parents went to college together. I mean, I was his son. They just had that kind of care for us. And Miss Hayes, Miss Terrell, Donnie, Miss Lawhorn. Miss Lawhorn was everybody's mama. Yeah. So it makes a difference, Trina.
Yeah.
It does.
It does. And if you think about that now, I have 7 schools that I do, but there's one school. I have one school that there's 2 people like that, and they push the envelope a little bit, but the kids, they respect it. It's so crazy because she will literally look, I will jack you up. They be good with that. I'm over there talking about, now come on, let's have a conversation. Come here. I will jack you up. And they be listening. Yeah. And she'll slide a little curse word here and there. But that's what they. Yeah. I mean, a funny story. I used to coach youth summer track, and when you do the 200, everybody got to sit down in the infield so you can see the start. Right. And they be saying, "Sit down in the infield. Sit down in the infield. Sit down." I think y'all need to tell them children need to sit down in the GD field. And I bet you they sit down. Right away. You have to throw some little.
You got to put some adjectives in there. Look, and they understand what you mean too.
Yeah, they understand. I bet you they just sat down in the infield.
Yeah. Oh,
but no, I think that's something that's missing. Missing in school, but also missing. Period. Like everything is okay. Go ahead.
And that's why that's back to the foundation, because a lot of times people just need to know, and I don't care what ages. I mean, of course with the kids, but I'm noticing now even with adults, and Donnie, even with us as men, a lot of times brothers just want to know, does anybody care I'm going through this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, can't you see I'm struggling? And I've told you. I mean, you guys are believers. We go back to that scripture. the disciples, they in the boat with Jesus, and just think about it. A storm came. So we got people today, Donnie, they having storms in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the disciples in that boat, in the middle of that storm, they had one question. Don't you care that we... And that's all people want to know, Trina. That's why we do. That's why I do what I do at the front. I want to show these people that there's somebody that cares. You're not alone. We're going to walk with you as far as you're going to let me walk with you. That's what we do.
And I think people need to also keep in mind that you don't know what's going on in everybody's life.
Yeah.
And I still go back to the kids, you know, and it happens all over. You just don't know. I had asked a boss years ago, really cool boss, but people didn't like her. They always thought I didn't have a problem with her. I really liked her. She was really nice to me. But anyway, she was very straightforward, and everybody don't like straightforwardness. No. Anyway, she looked like she was upset about something. She went to clapping. She had these little flip flops. They were just clapping. She plopped over to her office, and she left back at it. She came in. I said, I just went across and just took a chance and knock to the door. Come in. I said, hey, so and so. She said, hi. I said, are you okay today? You feeling okay? And she said to me, you know, nobody ever asked me that.
Wow.
And she was like the entire thing. And I don't know if I'm just ask. I mean, I'm just gonna ask. But I knew she was flipping and flopping back and forth. I was like, and she said, you know, and she said, thank you. Thank you. And we actually ended up having a really good relationship after that. But it was simple. It was just something that I feel people should do sometimes instead of just, oh, she got an attitude. Ooh, especially if you know that that's not that person all the time.
Right.
Yes. Ask. Sometimes somebody just need to know, like you said, that somebody cares.
And I want to say this before we go on with that same statement. Mm-hmm. Now let's just think about it. This is the first day, but last week before, how many people did you encounter? Both of y'all. And the first thing you meet somebody, you know, you either do, you know, what's up? How's it going? Hello, how you doing? And we feel compelled to say, fine. I'm doing good. And sometimes that's the furthest from the truth.
Yes.
That's the furthest from the truth. So what we do on that courageous conversation with those men, what we try to do, we have a thing, y'all, we call ask twice. So Trina, how you doing? Of course, you're going to respond fine. And we're going to keep having that dialogue. And I'm going to say, okay, Trina, now tell me how you really doing.
Yes.
We always ask.
Well, almost like an icebreaker too. It's like to break down the person.
Yeah. Let's we'll talk. And then, okay, after we done talked a few minutes, okay, now, Donnie, tell me how you really doing.
Yep. And that is so real, you know. And when I think about that, so many people. Here's the thing that I get. A lot of people when they say that, it's because they've trained their brain that don't nobody care no way. So why am I going to say it? What you gonna do about it?
Yeah. Trina, do you really want me to tell you? Do you? Yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna tell y'all. So you know we call a real conversation with a twist of humor.
Okay.
So here's the twist of humor. Her name was Miss Cherry, Miss Ruthie Cherry. I'll never forget.
Okay.
Miss Ruthie Cherry worked with me at LBJ Hospital. And you go in there just peeling along and you like, hey, how you doing? Oh, girl, my pressure high, my head hurt, my knee hurt. Back in the office, I was like, I ain't never asked, because I was expecting
Don't ask her. Well, don't ask her how she doing.
Never ask Miss Cherry. How you doing? I'm just saying, hey, Miss Cherry. That's all I got.
Yeah. Don't say how you doing.
I came in the office and I was like, Lord, I asked Miss Cherry how she was doing, and she literally told me what she was doing.
Yeah, because you know that's it. That's it. I mean, we feel we have to say, and that goes back to the gala. We got this mask on.
Yes.
We
I
don't
really like that.
Yeah, we don't want people to know. Let's unmask this stigma, guys. Let's unmask it.
But you know, it's tough though. I will say, you know, personally, going through it is very tough because you do when you put that thing on and you've hid behind that for so long. You actually become what you have hid behind. You have that mask is now you. I say so many times that we are like let me be sexist. We like the women, okay? You know, a woman have them nice, pretty shoes on that she been wearing, and they be just as pretty, and she be stepping. She be stepping. But baby, as soon as she get in that car, or as soon as she get to that house,
look, she coming up out of it. Look. And not just them shoes. Look, don't let her pull that thing through the sleeve. Trina, come on, Trina. Take the mask off, Trina.
I'm with you. The mask is off. I'm with you.
Yeah, Don, I know.
Listen to me, I'll be right there in the car in the parking lot at work.
But you know, it's because we are so tight.
Yeah.
We are so tight, and we're so dadgum worried about the perception of us.
That's right. We worried about what other people gonna think of us.
Yes.
Why?
I am a people pleaser, and it's horrible. But yes.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible thing to think.
Yeah.
What are people? Which is what I love about Donnie. This is actually fusing us together. It again, twist of humor, but for real. We went to, where did we go? To the Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Band.
And so Donnie is comfortable wherever he goes. Well, I'm prim and proper. And now there's just certain things you don't do in certain places.
When you're prim and proper.
And you're the little diva. So let me tell you, Patrick, I said, well, I'm gonna try this. He had his feet kicked up on the chair in front of him, and that's something you don't do.
Okay.
I put my feet up there. Oh, wait, I did something wrong trying to put my feet up there. I had my feet propped up on the back of the seat. I said, oh, Donnie, wow, this feels good. I'm doing, now mind you, it took me a minute to realize people wasn't gonna come and tell me I need to put my feet down off their stuff. That was until he wanted me to sit down on the couches when we was getting ready to go.
Yeah.
People said go home. And I do what the people say. He's like, no, girl, come on, sit down here. We have a seat. But my point is, I am like that. Like, there's just certain things you don't do. You just certain things you just don't do. And I love hanging out with Donnie, and he has been a really
because he makes
bad influence on me. But no.
You're comfortable.
But he makes me comfortable being able to step out of this comfort zone that I'm in, that I've been raised to be in. Yeah. There's still things about me I think you should and should not do. Don't get me wrong. Right. But there are some things it's like, why not? Why can't?
Right.
And Patrick, prim and proper is not yelling across the room, right?
No.
If it wasn't for Donnie yelling across the room, I would have never gotten an interview with Sheila Jackson Lee. You know who Sheila Jackson Lee is?
I do.
We at Jack's Bar and Grill.
Not your boy.
We at Jack's Bar and Grill, and he said, I think Sheila Jackson Lee is in there. So he said, I'm finna go get her, but I'm not thinking nothing of it. That's just Donnie, whatever, boy, go on over there. He comes back and said, I got her for you, I got her. Well, anyway, she came out, but she went the wrong way. Guess what he do? Sheila! Prim and proper me. It's like,
I'm not with him. I'm not with him now.
She's not coming with him yelling like that. She is not gonna come. Well, Patrick, the woman came and sat right next to me and had an entire whole interview. And that is just an example too of my love and my how I feel about Donnie, because he does that. It makes me say, oh my God, stepping out of your comfort zone just a little bit, not worrying about what people thinking around you. You know, and you know what I mean? It's just really something that I admire. That's the word I was looking for. Admire about him is that he likes to have fun.
That's critical when you're trying to get people.
It doesn't matter.
You're trying to get people to talk about their mental health. That's critical. And look, and Trina, you can do that because, starting with our relationship, you start developing a level of trust. Mm-hmm. You see him, you can count on him. So now I feel okay stepping out my comfort zone around him.
Right.
And see, let me tell you, for me, Pat, it is, this thing started open, honest, and transparent. You know, and that's what I share. I share every bit of me. I don't stand like I'm this, that, and other.
Yeah.
Look here, I'm just as filthy, ugly, dirty as anybody else. So don't you know?
You
Um,
know, but you know,
and
man.
that's why I look at other folks as well, baby. Because when you try to come to me like, look, baby, I already know. I don't know, but let me tell you something. You got a skeleton. Now you
Yeah.
got a bone up in there. I don't
Man.
know where your bone is, but
Yeah.
I bet you got one. Probably got some hot sauce on it too.
Man.
So don't be come up here acting, and that's what it is.
All spaghetti.
You ain't got to act with me. I'm just
Listen,
taking
the lady with the issue of blood trying to get to Jesus. Guess what? We all got issues.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we got some issues. But man, I thank you for just being. And Trina, goes back to what you just said earlier about y'all, you know, you being in that environment, that comfortable with him. When he first approached me about being on the show 3 years ago, and what he wanted me to talk about, mental health with men, and because of and I think it may have been my first public interview because the foundation was new, but it was because of our relationship, but because of how comfortable he had made me feel, not just being, you know, we both from Grambling, we grew up together, we went to high school together, but just in him telling about how he wanted it and him sharing his own personal story. You know, okay, you know, he gonna be transparent. Let me be transparent.
Yes. And that's the thing about the about both of our shows is that we don't really want. I mean, we've had people come on and it's like we haven't had many, but people come on, it's like pulling teeth to get them to talk. I think that's the hardest interview, is to people don't want to say much. I think it's one we had, which it actually ended up changing, and there ended up being a nice friendship out of it later. But when we first had them on the show, it was like we got off, we both was looking at each other like what just happened?
Yeah, what just happened?
You see what did you feel what I felt?
Yeah.
So, and I always have to check with him because since he is really laid back, much don't bother him, or he don't let you know it. So I have to check him and say, "Hey, did you feel what I felt?" And then when he say, "Yeah," I say, "Okay, then I ain't crazy."
And I try not to go off on folk, Pat. I try to, I try to have a little decorum.
That's what Miss Williams tried to give you, but she tried.
So how did y'all sing the class song? The song that y'all had to sing, did y'all have to sing it separately?
Well, we had to sing it. It was in a group, but sometimes she would ask us to sing a stanza of it. We had to know our alma mater, and then
this was PE too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just etiquette about how to sit at a table, how to walk. Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I will tell you this. Let me tell you, when I first started doing my live video, okay, my show is My Worthless 2 Cents Table Talk, and my original show started off with a table, okay, a whole dinner table, and I had to give praise to Miss Williams because I actually set it right.
She taught us how to do all that. What this for? Yeah. And listen, and we in this small country town. I mean, I don't know how many was in dining class, but Trina, it was 64 in my graduating class.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just a small. I mean,
very small.
Yeah, but they just poured in. I'm telling you, the riches and the things they poured into us. It's lifelong lessons that we still. You can tell we still care.
Yeah. Yeah. I just it takes a lot. So, but these children in these classrooms now, your pay, and they not. When they told me, a young lady told me that they had a fight. Third graders in the classroom. Well, what do you even have to fight about in the third grade? What are y'all fighting about in the third grade? Oh my God! But it's interesting when I hear people talk that come from that kind of background where Even church. Think about church. Like you went to school, you went to church and home, and all three of those places were places where you got your discipline from, where you got your wisdom from, and that makes me think how different the world is now.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm not speaking of anything in particular, but I am saying that the world that we live in now, everything is right. I've asked my kids before, if everything is right, what is wrong?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a logical answer for
Everything.
now to why it is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I see everything still as an opportunity. I see that we still have an opportunity. So many people are so ready to give up and to give in, and I'm just tired of this. And I'm just tired of. I've got a 5-year-old. Just turned 5. Just turned 5. And what I will just turned 5. And what I will say is this: is it, and even before the things that I've learned is this: when we look at our youth, when we look at and we say, "Oh my goodness," our "oh my goodness" is because they are only what we've poured in or what we have not poured in. When you're saying, "Oh my goodness," you're saying, "Oh my," what did you what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Reflection of what you're fed or what you're starved.
Yeah. I totally agree, man. I totally agree. We have to really be cognizant of that, because the world has, back to what Trina was saying, the world has so much influence on them.
Yes.
Because I'm like, some of the stuff that mine used to do, I'm like, did you not grow up in my house? How in the world could you do this? I mean, when did you come with these conclusions? Me and my wife, like, did we do something wrong? I mean, because, but you're right, because the world's influence, and that's why we got to keep pouring. But that's why, Trina, that's why, Donnie, y'all got to take care. You can't pour from an empty pitcher.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself so you can keep pouring. Even now, Trina, you got to keep doing it.
Yeah. So someone is telling us Africa stop AIDS.
Africa what?
They're called Africa Stop HIV AIDS virus. And so they 1, 2, 3, 4 times have put in the chat Africa Stop AIDS.
Old country boy, I ain't gonna even say. Well, take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water.
Trina, under your name, it says co-host. Host. I mean, I'm like, so,
well, let me just say this. Thank you, Africa Stop HIV AIDS virus. We appreciate you stopping by to see our show. We definitely will pray for Africa stopping AIDS.
Is he telling Africa to stop it?
It's not very clear.
Can you be more specific? Because Country Boy wants to know. Are you saying that Africa can stop it, or are you saying to stop it? I'm just confused. I'm sorry. I'm from the country. I'm from the country, Louisiana. So
But Africa Stop HIV/AIDS virus person, we definitely, in all seriousness, we do pray for AIDS to stop in Africa, because I believe that's what he's saying. In Africa, AIDS is running rampant. So
it's running rampant everywhere.
Oh God, Bonnie.
Why can't we just say stop it? Why I gotta be specific?
Africa, yeah.
I think it's running more rampant in Africa.
If it's running, it's running.
Oh gosh. So here we go. The clock on the wall say 9 o'clock. We're gonna start wrapping it up. Mr. Patrick, could you tell us one more time the date of the walk?
Absolutely. The Bridging the Gap walk is going to be September the 21st, 2024 at the Ron Kirk Pedestrian Bridge in Dallas. We are bridging the gap.
Is that the same bridge?
That's the same bridge. Yes, ma'am. We're trying to bridge the gap. First of all, for the racial injustice that's happening among our people, and particularly when it comes to mental health, that we want people on the north side of the river to realize that mental health exists on both sides, and the same attention and the same resources that are poured into the north side. Let's do some of that stuff on the south side. So that's why we want to bridge the gap. The walk is September the 1st.
Oh.
21st. I'm sorry, 21st,
Oh, okay.
2024. Yeah, you got it. And then the Bridging the Gap Mardi Gras Masquerade Gala, where we're going to unmask the stigmas of mental health. The Mardi Gras Masquerade Gala is February the 28th, 2025, again in Dallas, Texas, at the Arts District Mansion. And we want you guys in the place. Like, you pick which one. But it's always a joy just to be in the presence of two people that God has his hand on, and I appreciate you. Bro, Donnie, you know I love you, brother. Love you, man. Love you, man. And I ain't ashamed to say it. I love this man. I love this man, y'all audience. I love this man. He's my brother. And from the time I met Trina, it'll be a year in September. Let me tell you, this girl, she came up to me, and I didn't even remember who she was. We had just talked that one time on the phone, and she wanted me to know I'm Trina. And it's been on and popping since.
You got to know who I am. Got to know who I am. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited about the walk, of course. And let's roll back. Remember that little person that we was on the show with, Patrick, that told us that he was gonna walk the walk?
No.
In overalls and boots.
Have y'all seen the video with him? He's on the video saying that. Y'all need to go to our YouTube channel.
I had on my boots,
and he said that.
I didn't say I was gonna walk across. I said I was gonna walk.
He said, Trina, I'm like you. I heard him say he was gonna walk. I did, Trina. I did. I've
been waiting all show to say this.
Yeah, well, you know what? Well, somewhere I read when 2 and 3 are together. That's so, Trina, you are fine. I heard the same thing you heard.
Okay. So what we got this year, Donnie? You gonna walk this year?
I walked. I ain't saying I'm gonna walk down no
from the car to the staging area.
A walk is a walk.
Well, I enjoyed the walk. I thought it was really cool to walk across. But even though I was really late, I still did my walk. So I did my part.
And let's fix that, guys. I don't know. We are. And so he told me when y'all got here, and I didn't think that I needed to call and say wake up call or whatever. And I just don't when I'm looking at my watch and they were supposed to be here, they supposed to be broadcasting, and I think some people had gone and come back, and here y'all come. All right.
I know.
We accept it, we receive it. It was that's why we gotta be there on the 21st to make that up.
All right.
Hey, Pat, look, with or without the country boy, she gonna tear that gala up. I'm telling you right now, you ain't even got work.
He coming to the gala.
Yeah, we want y'all there. I'm telling you.
Boy, you didn't see her, did you? You said gala. Look, I don't know what she was doing. You said gala. She like.
Look, I know it's plenty of places in Houston you can find a Mardi Gras mask. I know it is. Girl, get you a gown. Now
I'm ready.
Yeah, come on, and again, come in with your mask. And if we come to a point and we just ask everybody, let's just unmask these stigmas.
Love that. That is awesome.
That is amazing, man.
And I'm about to turn it over to Country Boy because he finna start his field. So let me.
Okay. All right, girl. Yeah. Always good to see you. I'm looking forward to getting my hug in September.
Yeah, I know. Y'all, I want to thank you, Mr. Patrick LeBlanc. I like saying LeBlanc. Thank you so much for joining us. To be honest with you, sometimes it's not, it can be a challenge, believe it or not, to get someone to come on and talk about mental health. I'm still trying to find someone, a male, to talk about breast cancer in men. So
Wow.
so many different things that men are just not ready. I'm gonna use that. They're not ready to talk about, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But I respect it. I think we need to talk about these things in order for us to learn more
Yeah.
about it. I can go read, you can go read, but really hearing from someone who has
Yeah.
had that experience from the male side, because women talk about it all day. From the
Right.
male side, will make more men open to talking about mental health, what they've gone through, which could really save somebody's life.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. But
you
like
know,
you said earlier, the key is conversation. Let's just go with conversation.
conversation, and we just got to be more open about it. No one's taking off the mask, like you said. Is no one's gonna run away when you take off the mask, unless you just. I won't say that, but anyway. But guys, thank you, Mr. LeBlanc. I really appreciate you
I appreciate
coming
you.
and joining us again today, and I really enjoyed the walk, even though we were like extreme. I'll admit we were extremely late. We will be there September 21st because even if he has the executive producer can roll with us and walk, right?
That's right. You
I
can
like
walk.
All
it.
right. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna
You
All
can
right.
turn it
walk.
over to Mr. Louisiana Country Boy.
Well, I just want to say thank you so very much, Pat. I appreciate it so very much, my
No,
friend, my
anytime,
brother.
man. Anytime.
There's a couple of things on a half serious note. I don't know which half gonna be serious, but no, it is what you're doing. And I say this, I applaud you. I applaud you for following and walking through, walking through. That's pretty goddamn good right there, walking through. But I applaud you for what you are doing and your openness, your honesty, reaching out to others to help others, removing the stigma,
Yeah.
removing the mask, removing these things that folks say, we don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Well, not talking about this has killed a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Not talking about it has killed a lot of us. The first thing I want to take you back, and I don't know if our folks out there, and I told you at the beginning, there's that picture that's up there at the top of the screen. First thing I want to ask you is when you see it, what do you think?
Pride, man. Pride. Just they just instill and not really so much first having pride, I guess. We had to have pride in ourselves before we could have pride in that symbol. And so, be proud of who you are, of your blackness, of your uniqueness, of what God created you to be. It's not where you come from, it's where he gonna take you. I mean, just all those kind of things. So I think really just having a sense of pride and confidence in myself and who I am, but who I could ultimately be if I just surrender. Remember that word we didn't want to talk about? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, pride, man. That's what I think about. That's what I think about pride.
And yeah, that's something that you can't buy.
Yeah.
That's something that's so deep within. The building can fall, but the foundation of what it stood for remains.
Remain. And that's what I try to tell them kids at that new school, man. Y'all not there, but if y'all gonna have any representation of who we are, yeah, y'all might not be in the same building, but y'all got to know who not only who you are, but whose you
are.
Amen. Amen. That is so true. And as I ask this last one, it is something that has become one of the staples to what we do here. It's a very simple question, but the answer sometimes can be so deep.
Mm-hmm.
And that question is very simply, what is your why?
My why is to show authentic love that God has for others. A lot of people, why bridging the gap? Well, in the book of Ezekiel, because the people were oppressed and people were robbing them and just beating them down, God said, I look for a man that was standing the gap, and I couldn't find one. I couldn't find one. So, man, just to be there in the midst of my wives, to be there in the midst of those people oppression, to, again, back to what we said earlier, let them know that somebody cares.
Right there.
Wow. That is man, that's quite a while.
That was just as deep as the question.
Indeed. It was.
So yeah,
you got country boy quiet for us there. That don't happen.
Yeah, people always want, bridging the gap, but people were oppressed, and God said, I'm looking for somebody that'll stand in the gap.
Country boy, before you close, let me just read some of the comments real quick before we get off.
Don't go too far back up now.
Miss Julie said, watching God's blessings, y'all. Watching God's blessings to y'all. Reality, good to see. Byron Lyons said, good to see y'all.
You know what that is, B?
I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
He said, nice beard, Patrick.
Oh man, thank you. You know he the superintendent in being
Parish. Hey, I gotta find. Look, I sent his office on that old Facebook thing. Nice.
Yeah.
And then Myra Freddie. Y'all know Myra?
Hey, Myra.
Hello, guys. Hey, Myra. Thank y'all for joining us. We never take your support and your viewing for granted. And you know what? Let me thank somebody else real quick. Thank you so much, Africa Stop HIV AIDS virus person. Thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Okay. Take it home, country boy.
Messy. Oh, before I go, I got one more thing. Pat, let me tell you what happened to this young lady right here. This is what I heard. You know what happened to her?
What?
She was out a couple of days ago. Pat, she went up to Austin. Boy, look here. That girl had some collard greens for the first time, Pat.
I've had mustard greens. I hadn't had collard greens.
Girl.
But they were really good.
I'm surprised you still got your black card. You ain't had no collard greens? You ain't had no collard greens?
No. So let me tell you the story real quick. So I really hadn't had yams, but I love yams now. But guess what made me taste yams? What? I was at the soul food place and they didn't have nothing else for me to get that I liked. I said, go on, just put the yams on there and I'm just moving them over to the side. Well, they touched my rice.
That's against the law. That's a violation.
Then I used to make glory greens that come out the can. Now, so when when I go to the soul place, I get the regular greens. So anyway, long story short, when my daughter graduated last week, we went to Austin, went to this place, and they didn't have any other greens and nothing else I wanted. I said, well, go on, put the collard greens on there. Tasted the collard greens, which is something I don't normally do. And tender. Very good. Thank you for calling me out, country boy. I'm getting there.
I thought I was going to.
See, my mama didn't. You know how most people, mama and daddy, they made them eat what they cooked. They cooked what we ate.
Nah. So you couldn't. I don't know how long y'all to make. You'd have made it. You'd come to Granada for the summer. You'd have went back home, girl. You'd have lost some weight. My mama used to say, "I ain't running no soup kitchen." You get hungry enough, you eat it.
Funny. It's something I think all parents have tried that because Whoopi Goldberg. I'm listening to her book now, Audible. love it. But then I'm listening to her memoir, and she was saying that her mama wanted her to eat eggs, like scrambled eggs. She hated just knowing the gooey stuff that comes out the egg. She never wanted shit. Her mama tried to give her that for breakfast and dinner for about 3-4 days, till she was like, "Girl, okay, whatever," and just didn't give it to her anymore.
Yeah, well, Pat, she done ate her some collard greens now.
Yeah, man. I was when you said it first, I was like, I'll take her black card from her. Oh, collard green? How you don't eat collard? All right, girl. We'll put you on probation. Let you keep it for a while.
I got 90 more. Now I got 90 days. I got 90 days. I had forgot about that, country boy. I did have me some good old collard.
Yeah, because that's the first. I ain't never.
What I'm not gonna eat is cabbage. I'm not gonna eat that because it looks very slimy. It looks gross, and
cabbage?
No, it just looks gross to me. It looks like a jellyfish.
What?
Who's cooking your cabbage?
Hey, Byron want to know if you ever had hot water cornbread.
I have, but I don't like it. It's Myra said I need a cook. No, I don't eat hot water. No,
what you eat with your greens?
Jiffy. No, I don't have to eat greens with anything but my yams. But I do like Jiffy cornbread mix. But I don't cornbread. Y'all know hot water cornbread don't have no taste to it.
What?
But my mom and them, I have my auntie. I tell country, but I have an auntie. Her name, my Aunt Morris. My Aunt Morris used to eat it with the cornbread and the greens with her fingers, and she always said, "I'm not ever eating it with a fork because it don't taste right with a fork. You got to eat it."
Let me tell you, them newborns in Gremlin, when they 6-7 months old, that's how grandmama gonna feed it to them. They're gonna pick it up on their hand. They may chew it up a little bit, then take it out their mouth and put it in there. Donnie know I'm telling the truth.
Hey.
Bring her to a Gremlin. Oh, they said Myra said for me to ask Donnie, can she cook?
Yeah, who can Myra cook? Oh yeah.
Remember what I told you? Yes, ma'am, and I told you.
Byron, I don't know if it's a Gremlin game I'm going to, but I'm supposed to be going to Southern Classic, Bayou Classic next year.
You got to get the name right. It's the Bayou Classic. And
what did I say?
So you said Southern. We playing Southern. It's the Bayou Classic. It's the Bayou.
I'm going to the Bayou Classic.
Donnie, you got to leave her in Houston, man. You can't come down there. You know, there's some crazy folks down in New Orleans. She can't be down there saying stuff wrong.
Look, I'm gonna have to do it like ask her how I lead the scene now. Look, let me tell you.
Dude, you throw them up.
We got Patrick. We go to a whole event. Now I'm there because you told me that this is where we're going.
Yeah.
I look around and the other lady he invited. I said, "Where Donnie?" He said, "Oh, he packed his stuff up. I believe he." I said, "No, he wouldn't leave me." Gone.
Hey, Patrick.
No, Patrick, it be.
Hey, we went to an event last night, right? And look, my work wife has learned, okay? Look, the show is about over. I'm putting my stuff in my backpack, right?
Let's go.
Look, see, look. And I went to go. Look, I put my stuff in my backpack and I went over there to the table. Look, she followed me. You ain't finna leave me. You gonna say bye before you leave, right?
Because he just got the way he just slides on out the building.
I done came to did my work. I'm gone.
That's why the executive producer sweatshirt. 2 sweatshirts. That's why I sent them on to what's the people called I gave them to? Goodwill, and I'm about to get her something for the summer because she wasn't gonna fit that next year. I just gave it on the Goodwill.
Oh my
But Donnie, I have
Yeah.
to go and eat my my dressing and my baked chicken
Oh, okay.
with my collard greens.
Oh.
I went to the soul food place yesterday and I bought me 2 dinners and I made it into meal prep, and it actually is much cheaper than the grocery store.
really?
Yep, because they give you so much. That's
So
the
much,
one thing too, about the soul food places. They try to give you food. They try to.
Yeah.
They don't be weighing it to make sure you have a half a pound.
Yeah.
Well, look, now I am finna close, but I do want to say this. I went to go get me something to eat today. You know, I went to go get my regular tacos. I eat tacos every day. I kind of nervous today, Pat, when I went to lunch. You know why I kind of nervous?
Why?
Because I work out in Cypress, and you know the power been out over there.
Yeah, because of the storm. Yeah.
So I'm like, where y'all get this meat from?
I thought the same thing.
Boy, you sick. You sick.
That's why I didn't buy nothing to eat. I was going
Yeah, I'm going like. Now I know the power been out for 4 days now.
How y'all cooking this food? What's keeping it cold?
Get in the refrigerator at the right temperature.
Yeah, salmonella.
So yeah, I was kind of hesitant today. I was like, no, I'm gonna just eat one today. I'm gonna just catch this one. But look here, it is man. Thank you so much, Pat.
Oh man, anytime. It's always a pleasure to be with good people.
Man, it has been a pleasure. And thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all. Byron, I try to get to Louisiana.
Oh man.
I'm gonna try, Byron. I'll see you. I'll see you.
Byron be on the courageous conversation with me on the second Saturday when he be on there. He'll be on there.
With me. Look, I've been trying to look. Oh, it's live show, ain't it? I've been trying to get Byron to come on to here, join me up in here. He's supposed to be getting back with me and let me know when he can come join us. If he's on the air anywhere, I let him know that his invitation is still open to come join the conversation.
He said he's coming. He said he's coming. He said it twice. And
Okay.
we said, I saw it. Byron, I saw it.
Yeah.
Every time.
He had to get settled in Bienville. He had to get the wife and the children. He had some things to say.
I understand.
Okay, let him get settled. He all right. He your boy.
He said he coming. Mr. Byron, Mr. Lyons, I saw it. 2 people saw it.
Man. But no, I do. I thank you so very much. I thank you.
Man, I love it. It's always a pleasure, both of y'all.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And I love what you're doing. To each and every one of y'all that tuned in, thank you so very much. We greatly appreciate it. No old country boy just gonna be old country boy. I am just gonna be who I am. But I pray that each and every one of y'all were listening and you got something out of it. Sometimes even when things are real, and this is a real subject, sometimes you have to lighten it up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you do have to put some sugar on them greens to get them down.
Grits.
Let them touch the yams. Let them be up against
whatever it takes to get it down. Sometimes we get so caught up in this world as everything. We want everything to be so serious, and we lock so many people out with our snootiness and our thinking we know this, that.
Right.
Sometimes we got to lighten this thing up. That's how we welcome people in. People have to feel welcome. People have to and comfortable. Right. And people and Pat said it. People want to know that you care.
That you care, man.
And that is the main focus. If y'all don't know anything about this platform that God has allowed us to facilitate over, and what I say about me and my co-host is we're just the doorkeepers. This ain't ours. This is his. We're just the doorkeeper. We don't own this and we don't claim this.
That's good.
It's all about him.
That's good.
It is about bringing glory to him. And I say that, man, I say that to say this, is that each and every one of us, God has given us a vision and a purpose. Hear me when I say this. God has given a vision and a purpose. I did a post late last night because something hit my heart about the vision and the purpose. Sometimes in this life and with everything going on, sometimes we become distracted by the distractions.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Sometimes we get distracted by the distractions. And understand this, is the enemy is doing things in plain sight, hoping we're not paying attention because we're paying more attention to the distractions. When we get distracted by the distractions, we lose focus on our purpose and our vision that God has given us. And that's the only way the enemy can succeed, because he can't do nothing else. It's the old shell game, people. It's the old shell game. It's move that thing around. It's distracting us. Don't lose sight of your vision, and don't lose sight of the purpose. And understand something about the purpose.
Yeah.
Understand this, is that each and every one of us has it, but we have it not for us, because there's somebody out there waiting for that purpose to be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's waiting for us. Somebody's waiting for us to start that foundation. Somebody's waiting for us to write that book. Somebody's waiting for us to start that podcast. Somebody's waiting for us to sing that song. Somebody's waiting for us to do it. Because just as God gave it to us, there's somebody out there waiting
on it. Yeah.
Yep.
So understand, when you say, I quit, baby, you ain't just quitting on yourself. You quitting on God and somebody else. Understand, our purpose and our vision is so much bigger than us.
I know you're right.
So much bigger. So much bigger. And listen to this. This is the thing that I got. Is that person that's waiting, we the only one that's got it. We the only one that's got it. Because they can't get it from anywhere else. Because God gave it to us to give to them.
To get it in. Yeah.
The other show, I said, we're just like that old water hose. God is flowing that thing through us. We got to stay connected to him.
To the faucet.
We got to stay connected.
Yeah.
And flow it on out to the next. And lastly but not least, I would just say this, that we love you, we support you, and we believe in you. If you woke up this morning and you opened your eyes and you cleaned out your ears and you tried to hear, but you didn't hear the words up until now. And if you was out there today and in Houston, it was 222,000 degrees. I was sweating in the shade. And if you was out there and you didn't hear nothing but the sweat dropping off for you today, well, here it is. Old country boy, got to focus my glasses. 9:37 Houston time. We love you.
We love you.
We love you, and we love you
unconditionally. That's it.
Real quick, make sure, again, I just want to remind everybody that this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So just be nice, be kind to somebody. Say hi to somebody that you see all the time. Somebody come in looking nice, just say, hey, you look nice. Just say something that you normally wouldn't say. Just choose somebody, anybody, to just be kind that day. And then also dementia. I'm still trying to find someone to come talk about dementia, but just keep in mind, Dementia Awareness Month as well. So just keep in mind, read about it, look it up, read about it so you can be informed, because that is where
Yes.
that's what will help if you're informed about things. So read up on it. But yes, say hi to how many people? Say hi to 10 people. Ask them how they're doing tomorrow. 10
Ask
people.
twice.
That's
Ask
why.
twice. Once, have a little conversation, then ask again. All right, guys. Thank you again, Patrick.
Thank you, Byron. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I guess my co-host can shut it down because I'm gonna sit up here. He done did the whole thing.
I saw Trina doing it earlier.
It says, Mr. Grambling put out some great men, these two. Oh, that's sweet, Byron. And then Myra said, Patrick, do you know my cousin Kenny Sykes?
I do.
Well, that's Myra's cousin.
Okay. Small
Look
world.
here. Small world. Small world. And
all right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Right here.
Y'all be blessed down there. Let's get together soon. All right.
Sure.
All right.